Tonight we are talking about the World Trade Center and the conspiracies surrounding the tragic attacks that happened on September 11th, 2001. I'm your host, Casey.
I'm Mike.
I'm Joseph.
And I'm Matt.
9/11, huh?
Well, let's ask the question that everybody always asks. Well, not everybody always asks, but
Where
were you when 9/11 happened? Mike?
I mean, I was getting ready for school, and then I went to school, and then I got picked up from school.
I remember walking out into I was living with my grandma. I was walking out of the room and the news was on and one of the towers were like smoking and she was crying. I didn't know what the hell was going on, you know. Had to have been like second or third grade. And
I was in third grade, I believe.
You actually turned to your grandma and said, "Pussy."
No.
Yeah.
You were probably in
It was
third
in
grade. If I was in
2001.
second. Yeah.
2001.
So
Yeah. I thought we were living in Roseville at the time.
I moved up here in South Beach. Okay, so yeah, I was in first.
'cause I was still living in Reno when it happened. And
Yeah, I think I was in.
I
Yeah, I was living in.
moved to California when I was in third grade.
Yeah,
so
I moved
before that.
Yeah,
For you.
I was living in Sacramento, and I was probably in first grade actually. So, yeah, you'd probably be in second or third.
Yeah,
You're probably
I'm not
right.
Sure. Yeah. So, I remember my grandma was crying, and then she said that terrorist attacked us, and I didn't know what a terrorist was back then. You know, I was like,
Yeah, you were
what
like,
is
I don't
that?
understand.
But she's
Tourists
like
never
making
do
everybody.
anything.
She's like freaking everybody out. You know, she's like freaking out, and then we go to school, and when we get to school, we stayed the whole day, but we didn't even do any schoolwork or anything. They just had the news on, and we were just watching these towers get attacked, and then
That's
fall.
some crazy
and the
shit.
teachers were, the teachers were like, "How does this make you feel?"
Yeah,
Well, I'm sad for the people, but I'm happy we're doing no work today. So
I have a very.
I'm 5 years old.
My thing is actually very similar because I got woken up for school, and my mom and older sister were watching
swear to
it
God, we weren't
as I was
in
getting ready
school
for
when it
school, and I was watching it. And then I went to school, like I went to the bus, went to school, and then they came and got me, like shortly after. Went back home.
Do you and Matthew, Joseph, both you? I don't know how to fucking.
I don't remember shit.
I don't remember. I thought I remember hearing people cry on the radio.
The Graysons over there. What's your what were you
That was on
guys
a
doing?
Tuesday.
It's on a Tuesday.
It's on a Tuesday.
I was gonna say, wouldn't it have been funny if it was on a Saturday and everybody's just remembering things wrong? I'm just playing. It was.
It's like,
I mean,
Saturday,
I-
the worst day of school.
I was actually
would've
just
felt-
curious what day it was on because if it was Monday, it'd been like rough Monday, start of the week. But
No, it was a day
makes
people
them like
usually have
Garfield.
taco
It
night.
makes some like Garfield cartoon.
It was terrible. There was two.
He's
was
like
two
in the
Mondays that week.
tower, and the tower gets hit. He's like, "Oh, I hate Mondays." And he just like walks away.
I gotta cut that out.
Garfield has. Dude, I actually made a joke. I think I told Matthew this joke, but I was talking about not wanting to get cancer. It's like, can't get ass cancer. It's like Chadwick Boseman, but he was dope. He was Black Panther. The fuck would I be? White Garfield? Because it's the only fat cat I know. I don't know.
Where were you and old Maddie doing, Joseph?
Looks like I'm really
dude,
bombing
I don't
it. Looks
remember.
like I'm really bombing it out here. Nothing. All right. I was expecting
You don't
more
remember?
of an explosive reaction.
2001, dude. I don't remember what I was even doing.
We were on a space odyssey.
Yep, that looks like I'm Googling it, and it sounds like Space Odyssey is correct.
That's exactly what we were doing. I swear, I thought we were living in Roseville at the
What's
time,
wrong
but
with
maybe
you guys?
not. Maybe we weren't living there.
We're in the Roseville. I don't know, dude. We're doing something.
What grade would we have been in?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
You guys would have been like,
if I was born in
it would've been either
91,
third or fourth
2001,
grade.
I would have been 10.
And you would have been
Oh,
in
we-
5th grade, Joseph.
No, me and
I'd been
Joseph were in the same grade. Same grade as Russell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me and
Oh,
Matthew
so
are in the
Russell would
same
have been in
grade.
4th or 5th. If
Okay, so
I was
we
in
were-
2nd or
we were in
3rd, Russell would
Chico.
have been in 3rd or 4th.
Were we in Chico?
We were in
I could've
Chico.
sworn
Yeah,
we
we were in
lived-
Chico
heard
when
it
it
on the
happened.
radio. Could have sworn we were living in a car and we heard it on the radio.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
It would have been in
Joe,
Chico.
Joe's
then.
remember the War of the Worlds radio broadcast, and Joe, that's the wrong attack, man.
No,
wrong
because
attack,
I
sorry.
swear we were
But
living
we
in a
will
car.
have an episode on it now.
I swear we were living in a car, maybe not. I mean, we've lived in plenty of cars.
I mean, that was attacked by some different aliens. Just kidding.
I just remember. I remember the radio. People describing people jumping out of the windows and people crying. Like
I
interviews.
remember
But
seeing
that could have
those
been
on
days
TV.
I
after
watched
it. That could have been days after it. People crying about the videos and stuff. But I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is Seth MacFarlane should have been on that plane.
It's rude.
I'm just kidding, guys.
No, like he
He
was
missed-
supposed to be on that plane.
Yeah,
He
was.
He
supposed to be on it.
was. He
Yeah.
missed his flight. There's some kind of crazy thing. He missed his flight, and
Yeah,
so
it's a crazy thing. You pay the terrorists to go do it. Here's your money. Go do
Well,
do it.
So
We
this is
shouldn't
what the
keep- we
this is what the
shouldn't keep
episode's
that
about.
in because I
Conspiracy.
actually like
Seth
Seth
MacFarlane. Yeah. No, yeah, dude. Family Guy wouldn't been the same.
No,
It
definitely.
wouldn't have
not.
happened.
And now it's way
It wouldn't have
different than
happened.
what it should be now.
Yeah.
But I heard he's not the one that runs that show anymore. So he just provides his voice.
Islam does. Just kidding. Oh shit! That's a conspiracy.
No, that's a fucking terrorist sex. It's like it's unfortunate people believe that all fucking like Muslims and shit are terrorists, and it's like, dude, there's more terrorist Christians there are anything.
Oh yeah.
Christianity is made out of blood. Like,
Joe, is like Matt just sleeping through this shit? Is that why he doesn't remember?
I don't really remember it. I vaguely remember them talking about it on the radio, and people were crying. It could have been fucking September 11th, 2022 or 2002. God, I can't talk. So I mean, it could not have been the same year. I just remember hearing it on the radio when I was a kid, in a car,
Yeah.
at night. So that's why I felt like we were sleeping in it at the time. But maybe not. It could be wrong. I don't remember.
No, I don't remember either.
Okay. Well,
But
regardless.
if that was fifth grade, then we would have been in. We
Chico.
wouldn't. Would we have?
Chico, 5th grade. Jay Partridge and Chapman.
I thought that was like fourth grade, or was it
Mm.
fifth?
Wait, 5th grade was. Oh, you know what? You know where we were? Wait, no. Wait.
How many grades ahead
could've-
of you are? Matt?
We could have went to Stanford at the time, so we could have been on
because
Greenville.
I thought
I
we.
feel like
I
we were
thought
on
we lived-
Greenville, maybe.
When we went to Stanford,
Matt,
Stanford,
when did you graduate?
it was after we came back from
Oh,
Roseville.
I didn't. No, but we went
When
to a
would
bunch of
you
different
have?
schools. It
2010.
would have been 2010. Yeah.
Okay. The 3
But
years.
we went to
yeah,
a bunch of
you'd be in,
different
like,
schools.
You would have been in like 4th grade.
4th grade.
Yeah, then we would have been in Roseville. In which case, we would have been in We
Roseville-
would have been living in a car before we got into that place.
Or oh yeah, probably yeah.
Because when we came back to Orville
Right.
again, we went to Stanford as soon as we came back from Roseville, back down to
Yeah,
Orville.
we did.
We started going to Stanford, and then and then we went to Wyandotte, and then we, and then we went to Wyandotte, and then we went to fucking Nelson, and then fucking back down to Central, and then fucking you know the rest.
It's
You were there.
Because
Yeah,
we went to
we've been to
Greenville. We went
hell
to
of schools.
Yeah, we've been through a lot of places. We've lived like everywhere. And
we're nomad. Our parents were nomads.
we were nomads. That's what I always said. That's what I said when I started making music. And like Alex was like, "Well, what's the street you grew up on?" I was like, "Dude, I'm a nomad. I grew up everywhere. I never lived in one place for
Our
very
tribe.
long."
Our tribe is nomadic.
Yeah,
We traveled by
get it out the
Cadillac.
gap.
Wait, we traveled
Yeah,
by foot,
nomad.
Cadillac, and then foot again.
Yeah. We rode the wild Cadillac.
But
I'm
What about
pretty
bike?
sure.
What the
So I'm
fuck's a
pretty
bike?
sure during 9/11,
Bikes.
I'm pretty sure during
wish.
9/11 we were living in a car in Roseville.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's a tale for another day.
So, since Matthew and Joseph are uneducated about 9/11, no, I'm just kidding. No,
You're not wrong.
So the official
Terrorist.
report says that some Al Qaeda terrorists hijacked 3 planes or 4, well, 3 or 4 planes. Oh yeah, 4 planes.
Mhm.
Flights 175 and Flight 11 crashed into the Twin Towers, and Flight 77 crashed into the Pentagon. And the impact at the Pentagon caused some fires. It was damaged. The Twin Towers collapsed, as we know, and the 4th plane crashed in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, after the passengers tried to regain control of the aircraft.
Yeah,
Flight
they're-
93.
They were gangsters.
Was it 93?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't.
Did
see
They
the
made,
So
they
it
made
ended up
multiple
crashing?
movies about it. It was supposedly heading towards the White House.
Oh, was it? Oh, I guess
Yeah.
in Pennsylvania. Yeah. Huh.
It had like fucking flipped a bitch and was right up towards Maryland.
It's a shame it didn't crash into Florida and just sink the whole state.
Like it was heading it was heading towards Washington D.C.
Oh man.
The old Capitol. Yeah, but I don't even know.
Well,
Like,
what ended up happening on that one was like the passengers fought back, and they
Allegedly.
used, yeah, and they
So-
used like soda cans and fucking hot coffee, and like seat cushions and shit.
It's a lie.
And
No,
the president
airline's
was
giving out
like,
Hoff
and the
coffee.
president was like,
And they supposedly
yeah,
broke into the cabin and were fighting with the people in the cabin, and the plane nosedived and.
"Yeah, man, they're all heroes. What's going on, Mr. President?"
Wait, so did like the terrorists, they went in and they supposedly shot the captains? Like
They
killed the
had
captains?
No.
they had box cutters,
Oh, and
utility knives.
they killed the captains with box cutters?
I
they-
think they just
they
threw
had
him out of
bo-
the
they had-
cabin.
Bombs strapped to their chest and box cutters, and then
How'd
they
get all
got them
that
out of
stuff
the
in, by the way, does anybody have the details on that?
box. At the
Yeah,
time, you could bring
PSA
box cutters.
wasn't like that.
At the time, you can bring box cutters on because it's a tool.
Were you allowed to use shampoo and bring that on board?
Yeah,
People
Like,
weren't afraid as long as
people
because
weren't even sure if it
people
was
weren't-
real bombs.
Somebody told me the shampoo thing was bullshit. Who was that? That was somebody I knew.
I don't know.
people didn't live in fear because they weren't boxes.
Casey, you ever bring shampoo on an airplane?
So that's why you could bring box cutters.
No, I never.
you can
Whenever
bring-
I fly, I never take any of that shit because I don't want to get hemmed up.
I thought
Like,
You
you
can
only
bring
have
it
like
in
got
as
on
long
a
as
plane.
it's in
6
a small
ounces of it.
bottle. You can only
Yeah,
bring a
I
certain
heard
amount.
somebody said they got on one with body wash and they never got whatever.
Was it a small one?
I didn't ask. I swear it was
that's
somebody
me.
when I was doing the Have
You
Live.
can. Well, okay.
Yeah, I
so
never
Pretty
blew anywhere.
you
ballsy.
can put it on your. You can put it on your if you check your bag, you can put it in that bag, and that's fine. You just can't bring it on the plane with you. You can't do it like a carry-on.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. I swear it was somebody. I don't know if it was like one of our friends.
It
or if
might have
was
been me. I probably told you that, but that,
Imagine
yeah,
bringing
if it's in
imagine
your
bringing
checked
lube
bag, you're fine.
and then
That
they
might have been
cavity
what it
search you.
was because I only worked with you guys for a week. I never went on a plane and did nothing. I stayed in Cali.
Imagine
pussy.
bringing lube and then they check you.
Yeah, 'cause
and
I don't
they're
like
"Oh, that's what the
fucking
lube's
ice."
for, so you guys get more thorough. No, this is for y'all.
Yeah, that's what the terrorists actually did on those planes. They'd pull out the shampoo and lube their bodies up, and they just slide through everybody to get to the front. Like they
Oh,
would just,
that'd be
like,
so cool.
fucking- Like
Imagine
everybody, like the what are they called? The fucking
customs.
the flight, the flight, whatever people.
The fight bitches.
No, not them. The fucking the cop people, the secret
Are
people
you
on
talking about
board.
Air
people that
marshal?
check you?
Air marshal.
Oh, the air
Yeah,
marshal.
they just slid through them and they try to grab them and they just slipped right out like. Phew. Son
That's
of
the
a
thing,
bitch.
dude. Like,
Son of the bitch is more lubed up than my dad was on Christmas.
Imagine just fucking bathing in butter and then just showing up and then they
Sweating
wave their wand. They wave their wand. They're like beep 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 beep. All right, we gotta check you, and they're
What's
just
wrong
fucking
with you
sliding their hands to your glazed body.
You fucking
Woo!
Crisco and shit.
Yeah,
Why is your skin glazed?
I don't have to be in Spain for another 2 months.
Why is your
Just
skin sizzling, sir? It is 93 degrees outside. Your skin is sizzling because I'm that hot.
Joke's on you. I just got a free massage.
Hey, be careful when you're sliding around my ass cheeks. You might slip in.
Jesus Christ.
We call that in California buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
Well, let's get back into it.
All right.
Anyways, what were we talking about? Sexy as cooking things.
What?
Like butter and oil. I don't know. I can't think. I'm tired.
Dude, some cookies sound good. I forgot to get some ice cream. God damn it.
All right, guys. 9/11. Okay. Fuck cookies. 9/11. It's the opposite.
So there was a
It's opposite of a
Before
sugar
the-
treat.
before the attacks happened, there was actually warnings prior to the attacks saying that these attacks were going to go down, where it was going to happen, the times, blah blah blah. But they had no, like, there was like a miscommunication between, you know, the intelligence agencies and the law enforcement. So everybody fucked up, and
Yep.
I guess all the planes got through, crashed into the buildings, into the into the towers, and then into the Pentagon, and then into the field, and yeah, that's about where we are. And then, you know, hold on, let me get the stats on this so I don't mess this up.
You guys ever see like old school airplanes? Like how expensive it was back then to get on them? They used to smoke on those motherfuckers.
Mhm.
That's a fire hazard itself.
Yeah.
I can't even have shampoo. The fuck?
So that day after the attacks, 2,996 people died from that
That's a
act
lot of fucking
terrorism.
people. Plus, dude, a lot of fucking people got cancer from all the debris and the debris cloud.
From Ground Zero.
Yeah.
There was 19 hijackers who did this, and the 2,753 people were killed in the World Trade Center, 184 at the Pentagon, 40 in Pennsylvania, and that includes everybody that was on board as well. There was 265
Yeah, they saved a lot of
people
lives
on the
with that
four
one.
planes. What was that?
I said they saved a lot of lives with that one.
Yeah.
And that's whether you believe the actual what they say happened, what you think.
Even if
happened.
they were-
a lot of
even-
lives were saved from that.
Well, I mean, there would have not have been too many people that would have died. They were going for the president, so
Oh, were they? Oh, that's right. Never mind.
so
Well,
Either,
I mean,
either
they-
the president or Congress.
yeah. But either way, they're
Okay,
already
At
underground.
least
what
they-
They're
believed,
hiding
at least.
already.
least they saved
As soon
that
as that
party
first
animal.
plane got into our airspace and probably hit that, I don't know how soon, but it's probably as soon as they got into our airspace and they found out that it wasn't friendly, that our president was on a plane going somewhere else already.
Oh, okay, so
Oh,
there was
so
no
they
chance of Bush getting bushwhacked.
So
No,
there's no
yeah.
reason
Well, he wasn't
for it.
even
There
at
was,
the White House either. He was
there
at
was
a
no
school.
reason for
Yeah,
it.
he
They just
probably
did
just
it.
did his
He was
speech
reading
on
to
the plane
kids.
or like,
Have you seen that video of him getting the news of what happened?
oh yeah. He was in
Dude,
like a
Damn.
classroom or like a library.
could you
or something,
imagine that
wasn't it?
having to keep your composure?
Oh, is that
bro,
what they
that-
get that scene from in Scary Movie?
Scary Movie 3?
Yeah.
Dude, is that spoof? That's
Yeah.
Uncle Foreskin.
Damn, that's fucked up. I didn't know
Well,
that.
yeah, what ends up happening, they tell him, and you could see like a look of just like holy shit, and
Scary
like,
Movie 3 is
fuck.
fucking rough for that one.
And then he goes back and like finishes reading the story to the kids and then leaves. And it's like, fuck, man, that would suck. And then I believe he went, got in his, brigade of vehicles and airport into the air, circling. They didn't land. It was actually the vice president that was in D.C. handling stuff at that time because they kept the president in the air.
I feel like nobody appreciated my bushwhacking joke.
What's it called? Mike.
for that, I'm a little hurt.
The Twin Tower attacks was the deadliest.
Was he in the Air Force
it's-
One? 'Cause he was
It
definitely
currently
bushwhacking
remains the
himself.
deadliest terrorist attack in world history.
God damn.
Well, in our world history, at least.
Well,
'Cause I'm
in
In
sure-
first world history.
And
Yeah, that's what I was
American
gonna say. I'm sure people deem
in
United
first world
States as
history.
terrorist, as well.
I would.
Because
I mean, we are kind of
We
bullies
are.
of the world, but
it is what it is. Not our fault. We don't control it.
You guys,
It's all
America can't help it. We were molested by Uncle Sam, so now we take it out on the world. It's like bullies who are molested by their dads take it out on.
That's what we
smaller,
did. We broke
Jesus
off
Christ.
from Britain, and then we came here, and then guess what happened? We
You
started.
got
doing
big
the
enough
shit
to
that they
bully
do.
other people. Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's what happens
yeah.
when you put people in power. People
It
abuse
just
power.
repeat itself. It's a never-ending cycle. But
So you can't be like this person's really gonna do good. It's like, dude, put them in a chair and they're gonna think they're gonna do good, and then they're like, it's not too bad if I do a little.
you know
bit.
what's so crazy?
I think.
So
I'm
so
surprised at how much of this I
wait.
remember.
so did they? So there was a plane that was headed towards the White House, and they shot it down.
Or Congress.
Or
well,
Congress.
that's a
They were they
conspiracy
fought
that
back
the
and
guys
it went
fought
down.
Yeah, officially
Oh,
They
okay.
fought back
and
inside and the plane went down.
How many people
Okay.
would have died if they hit Congress?
The Congress people.
They
So
probably
I thought
weren't
there's
even
a lot
hitting
more-
us,
It probably would have hurt a lot of people because it probably would have,
I mean, people,
wiped out a lot more than the Congress building.
It
Yeah,
probably
that's what
would
I
have.
was- that's what I
Oh
was
yeah,
thinking,
yeah.
probably
It
a lot,
yeah.
why?
It would have killed a couple people and a couple politicians, or a bunch of politicians, but not a whole lot of people.
There you go.
Just
There you
lizards.
go. Just lizards.
Dude, I'm surprised how much of this shit that I remember. I did no research today. My family was super into all this.
The conspiracy of it.
No, the actual what was
Or
going
be
on
fucked.
because
Oh yeah, it's a terrible
the
thing.
whole situation and then the war afterwards they were super into.
Yeah, that war got really, really fucked up. I mean, they were using child soldiers and shit.
I don't want to talk shit about other cultures and stuff like that, but if you use kids as part of your military thing and you're using it as a tactic, not because you're less on people, but because you know it affects a civilized country, and I'm not trying to be like that person, but you're a barbaric nation. You're a barbaric nation. That's it.
Mhm.
You're
Or a barbaric
You're
government,
very
like,
uncivilized. And I'm
It's a
not trying to be
barbaric-
like that where I go to a country and be like, you guys are uncivilized because you guys don't have this, and that. No. If you use tactics like this, or if you have slaves, you're uncivilized.
Yeah,
You're
well,
just
we don't
uncivilized,
push the
and that's
age
it.
thing. We just push everything on an IQ level. If you're not smart
Yeah.
enough that we can take advantage of your like whatever, then we're gonna use you as a
If
fucking.
you use children labor, your culture's uncivilized. If you have slaves, you're uncivilized. I don't care how beautiful you think your culture is. I don't care how much gold you have. You're uncivilized. Your culture is shit. Your
Ooh, a
culture
shiny
is shit.
rock that we deemed fucking.
And that's it. That's
we
it.
deemed valuable.
Whatever part of the world the country is, your culture is trash. Your culture is trash. My culture is, I wouldn't say is necessarily much better, but it is actually a lot better. It's a lot better. You can't die of starvation in America. But I will say, third world country, if you have slaves, your culture is trash. I don't want to hear about your gods. I don't want to hear about your food. Nothing. Your culture's ass. It's like, that's kind of how I feel. Use child military. Your culture is disgusting. I don't care
I don't
about
think
it.
any third world countries are listening to us. Okay, let's get back into it. Casey, why don't you go ahead and inform us on some other cool shit? Or Mike. Mike seems to be an expert here.
Well, I'm just letting him. When he says stuff, it reminds me of stuff. That's all.
Okay.
It's hard to dig it out of my brain. He's digging it out of my brain.
Well, he's pulling it out of his ass. Not just.
The World Trade Center was 47 story building, and it was well, we don't know, the plane hit it, and then the plane caused fires that weakened the structure, causing it to collapse wherever the plane crashed. And then they said basically it was like a pancake thing, like one floor crash on another and bam, 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 all the way down.
Oh, so it's fat stacks.
And then they say that the other building was damaged from debris,
and fires, and same thing happened to the other building. So what they say happened is this group of terrorists, like they split up between the 4 planes. They hijack the planes. They get a couple to crash. They get 3 out of the 4 to crash into buildings. 1 crashed or got shot down. It's debatable, and then they just so happen to find some passports, and they're like, oh look, it's all these Muslim people. They must be Al Qaeda, and then, bam, that's where we're at.
It's very
Yeah, any
racist
more?
thing to assume.
Well, that's basically that's just like the background on it. I want to get more into the theories. I don't
Okay.
like. I know, like because I said about.
We all know
the,
9/11
like,
was a damn
casualties.
tragedy. Let's get into the conspiracies.
Yeah, because I said I said the people that died and stuff. You know, it was all it's
Yeah.
You
a
like
lot of
the
it-
people that died?
no. What? Oh, I can't say that. Why you say that like that?
Because so he said it.
That's not what I was trying to say.
Well, that's what came
But a lot
out.
of the people when the towers were hit, because I remember seeing this on the news, the people jumping out of the buildings, and they're like,
Dude,
"Oh my
yeah.
god!"
You're
Someone
about to
saw
get
it,
Joe
jump out.
Rogan. You're about to get Joe Rogan where they take what you say out of context.
It's just it's crazy though. Fucking 2,000. What did I say? 2,977 people
Yeah, I believe so.
total. 343 of them were fire department people or firefighters. 71 were cops. The Fish and Wildlife's officer, he was on one of the planes. He was on Flight 93 when it crashed into the field. And
Yeah, so if that is the gist of it. So if you want to get into the conspiracies, let's do it.
So, what the
I
main
remember that.
conspiracy that I like is that the U.S. they just either they planned it or they didn't plan it, and then they just used the opportunity. But all they wanted to do was basically all what they wanted to do was just invade Iraq, you know, for the oil. And
That's
them either planning this attack or the attack just happening and their inaction was just a prime opportunity for them to invade. They didn't really care to stop or prevent the attack.
I could believe that either way, but I mean, I would probably lean more towards, hey, this is an excuse for us to get what we wanted. But
I can believe
don't
that to an extent. Like it,
yeah,
I
that's
don't
what
think
I'm
they
saying.
let it happen.
They might have, yeah, like it happened, and then it's like, oh fuck. But I mean, on the bright side,
Yeah, I can believe going to Iraq for that, but like, wasn't Al Qaeda in Afghanistan?
yeah, that's what
wrong.
Yeah.
that's what they went after. Like they used that as an excuse to go where they wanted to go.
Fuck.
Yeah, there was like, oh, this is my invade whatever country I want card and get away with
Yeah.
it.
In the Middle East, because the Middle East is the Middle East. It's all one country. It's like the way they were looking at it.
Yeah.
That's the oil minefield. Go get them.
So, what do you think, Matt?
I think it's a tragedy.
You gotta use
About
the
the
IT. You have to use the
conspiracy.
IT voice. You have to use the
Man,
IT
that's a
voice.
motherfucking tragedy. I'll tell you what happened. So it looks like there was semen left on the wing of the plane. The perp tried to scuba dive. So I'm sorry, he tried to paraglide out. Not parachute, paraglide. This motherfucker has style. Now that's the craziest motherfucking shit I've seen in New York, right?
Fucking A. No, did you hear the
Law
conspiracy?
and Order, September 11th, 2001.
Did you hear the conspiracy?
Oh,
That
pretty much using it as an excuse to invade other countries for oil.
Yeah. Whether they let
That-
it happen or didn't, or
I feel like
you know
there's
did it or
I don't know. That's tough because it's like from just kind of from the outside looking in kind of thing. I think that's a lot of lives at risk. That's a lot of infrastructure to just break and all kinds of stuff just for I know oil it's like it's like food and water kind of thing. I know with like countries they need to keep that shit running. Trucks and like everything, oil, everyone, livelihood, people going to work, shit like that. But I don't think that's
medicine, everything.
I don't think that's I don't know if it's that's the drastic resort. Like that's what you have to go to in order to have.
I think they exploited
the country.
Like me and Mike were saying, it was like they exploited a situation to go and further.
I think they definitely did. I think I'm wondering maybe there were some other reasons for it, but it was definitely exploitation. But I think it was just like they just kind of pulled it out of their ass. Like, oh, by the way, since this happened, we'll use this. But yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, Casey.
Casey, your opinion?
I thought you fell asleep for a second there.
Wait, Casey, did you say your opinion on it?
Yeah, I said I think they definitely. Well, just in that, like if that was like.
Yeah, he said it while he was. He said it while he was saying it. That
okay, my bad. I think we're all like driving kind of toward the same thing here.
Kind of.
Basically, but I do believe
in the. Sorry.
Go ahead.
The thing that Mike was saying is a good theory.
There's the conspiracy that I said earlier that Flight 93 that crash landed in a Pennsylvania field was shot down and not brought down by the passengers fighting back. Y'all want to talk about that one?
Yeah, so that would make the most sense if the terrorists, in fact, did get the jump on everybody, and it was just a crazy thing. And after they got hit on all three, because it had to, all three planes hit pretty relatively close to time. I don't know the time exactly, but it couldn't have been that far apart. And I guess that one was just the closest one that they can get to, and shot it down before.
They actually did hit pretty far apart. Hold up. Let me see.
Like time-wise?
Yeah. At 8:46, Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower. At 8:50, 4 minutes later, Flight 77 is... So Flight 77 was hijacked after the first one crashed.
Hijacked? I'm pretty sure it's called...
So at 9:03, Flight 175 crashes into the South Tower. So that was,
No, it's called the Mile High Club.
Like, that was like 20 minutes apart, 15, 20 minutes apart, 18 minutes.
Yeah, but that's not that far apart. I mean, that's close enough where planes could have been scrambled and taken down.
Then at 9:28, another like 25 minutes later. So at 9:37, a half an hour later, or 35 minutes later, damn near, Flight 77 crashes into the Pentagon. And then at 10:03, another fucking half an hour later, Flight 93 crashes into a field. So it's like the Trade Center, 15 minutes apart, and then half an hour after that, the second one, the Pentagon, and then half an hour after that, 93 crashes in a field.
Do you guys remember when I said why couldn't the plane crash in?
They weren't even hijacked at the same time. They were like the hijackings were apart. Like,
yes, Bush was in Florida during the attacks. So when I said why couldn't they have attacked, why didn't they just land in Florida and sink it? It's kind of fucked up. You guys can cut that. I just wanted to say that's kind of funny coincidence. But yeah, sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to cut you off.
So at 8:14, Flight 11 was hijacked, and then at 8:42, Flight 175 is hijacked. At 8:50, Flight 77 is hijacked, and at 9:30, Flight 93 is hijacked. So it's like they didn't do it in sequence. They didn't do it all at the same time.
Delayed.
Yeah, I'm sure they did it when the plane got into the air, but I don't know if all the planes were leaving at the same time, so that's probably why.
Holy shit. 10,000 people were diagnosed with 9/11 related cancer?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus
from all that
Christ.
Bested.
That was by 2018.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, have you seen the videos, dude? That dust
No, I
stayed there
know.
for a long while.
Oh, I bet. So
Dude,
then you're
it's-
telling me the attack in the first Avengers movie was bogus? Because everybody in New York would have had cancer by the end of that fucking attack.
Probably.
With how much
And we-
buildings were
And we know
fucking-
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we know there was no cure for cancer because, spoiler alert, Natalie Portman wouldn't have died of it in the new Thor movie.
Oh, she died?
Oh shit! I forgot. I thought you watched. I forgot. I thought you watched it. God
Nope.
damn it! I'm sorry.
Oh, well.
I am sorry.
Thanks.
I'm sorry. Oh my god!
way to
I'm
be a
sorry.
piece of shit, Joseph.
Jesus Christ! I thought we talked about it before, and I forgot you haven't watched it. I am sorry. Now I feel like a piece of shit.
It's
You
because
should.
you are one. It's fine.
God damn it!
Do you want to get back to the whether 93 was shot down or not? Because now that you know that there was quite a bit of time between the hijackings and quite a bit of time between the crashes. What do you think?
Hey, some people's flights get delayed.
As anyone?
They grounded all the flights. Can
Wait,
you
say it again. I'm
Mike?
sorry.
Oh, so now that you know that like there was quite a bit of time between the crashes and the hijackings and stuff like that, what do you think of whether 93 was shot down or brought down by the passengers inside?
It definitely would have had to be. Well, I don't know. Well, I doubt the passengers would have. So the weapons that they said that they were using, they weren't like they didn't have bombs strapped to them. They had grenades, and they had grenades and pistols were the weapons they used.
I thought they had box cutters.
Bless you, baby.
This thing says grenades and pistol. Oh, never mind. I'm looking on the wrong site. Fucking.
That's like
You're actually looking at an episode of 24.
yeah. I was sure they used box cutters, like not like the fucking plastic
Yeah,
extendable
you're
one.
probably right. I was actually I was on the wrong thing, but I can't see.
What do you guys think about it? The Flight 93 situation.
That was
Yeah,
pretty-
I feel like maybe the people did try to fight back. Who knows? Who's to say?
Yeah.
Nobody was on the plane. I don't
They
even
could
think
have,
anybody
but I
came
wouldn't.
close to surviving or anything.
The way they portrayed it in the movie and what people say happened is they used the beverage cart as like a battering ram, and we're using like cans of soda and shit and chucking them and using hot coffee and hitting them with stuff that they had and using like cushions and stuff for shields against the fucking blades
Did they
and
not
shit.
have weapons already, or
What do you mean?
This
people
was
that
on. This was
hijacked
on
the
the.
plane?
They have box cutters.
It was the. It was the
how
passenger.
come
they
they
had the
didn't
box
start
cutters.
killing people, or they just couldn't, or
They used the cart as a battering ram and we're fucking
Oh
chucking
wait,
shit
the
at them.
terrorists did.
No, the passengers.
Okay, so when they tried to, they ran like when they took over the plane, the passengers started using the cart as a battering ram and everything.
Yeah, and then they used the cart as a battering ram to break down the door to the cabin and or the cockpit, and then they fucking went inside, tried to take the plane back, and it crashed into the ground.
I mean, it's believable. Like that could have happened. It's believable that it could have got taken down at first, because I mean, it makes sense too. Either
Yeah.
way, I mean, if it is the other way, or either way, the people come out looking like heroes.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Which
if the
is
bombs
most
that they had on them
respectable.
were even real.
Because look, if you look at
Probably
it like
not.
in that
No.
sense, if you look at it in that sense, if they were gonna fucking take down, regardless, those people were gonna die. There was no way they were coming out on top of that.
Like that's what they were
it's
saying.
really hard to
because
land a
they
plane, yeah.
they
so-
had
yeah, so
they
there's
had
no way.
someone had a cell phone on the plane or something like that, and they had found out that other planes had been hijacked and had hit
I heard that.
buildings, and so they're
I
like
heard
they're
that.
they're gonna run us into somewhere.
Yeah,
They're not gonna land. We're not making it off this plane. They're not gonna ransom us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So they're
We're not
like,
going to
well, we're
Chicago,
gonna fucking
boys."
take it back, or we're gonna die trying. And that's what it was compared to the other people. The other people probably thought they were going to be ransomed.
Dude, if I was on that plane,
Exactly.
I would already know. It's like we're gonna die anyways.
And
Fuck it.
that's a tactic that terrorists actually do use. Is
Oh,
I know
yeah.
when they, in
Like-
front of a camera they say we're gonna pretend to execute you, so just comply, say this thing, we won't execute you, and they always end up executing them
Yeah.
all the time.
But like, yeah, for sure, that's never going to happen to an American again. We're like, we're going to ransom you. No, the fuck you're not. One of us is going to die in this plane.
Yeah.
Part of that.
But what do you guys think? I don't know if we got down to an answer.
I
I
got
feel like it could have been
distracted.
like a 50-50, but it ultimately, if the Twin Towers already got hit, Pentagon got hit, and this plane's off here flying around,
They're
I'm
aware
sure
of
they
it.
would
I
have
think
to shoot
people
it
would
down
take
just to
control
save,
over
just
it.
for the greater good. They probably would have.
That's what I think too.
Yeah, I think they would take control over it if they knew.
If who knew?
The government
if the Americans
the-
knew,
Oh, so
like,
you,
yeah, no,
Yeah,
no, I'm saying,
okay.
yeah, if the Americans knew that, like, the other planes crashed, they would definitely try to, like, take over the plane.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because if they were aware of what happened prior and they knew what their goal was, then it's like, oh, we were gonna die, but we're gonna do something for our country, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna make sure nobody else has to suffer what they're going to, or they have the hopes that they're gonna be able to land it. Even though I'd be like, no, we're gonna be fucking dead regardless. I'd be freaking out. I can't say I'd be calm, but I'd know that there is no way I'm getting off that plane alive. So I would
Yeah.
fucking bury it. Like, bury that plane. Probably take a bunch of shots and be like, oh, let's fucking do this. It's like-
Oh yeah,
There's
free
alcohol
liquor
on board.
cart, man. So you're telling me none of you are gonna do what Brody's cousin did? Just whip
Hey,
that
Jim
fucker
Brody?
out.
Just like jerking off. I don't think
The
that'd be
plane's going
honestly.
down.
I don't think my dick could be hard when I'm scared.
No fear boners.
Nah, maybe. Well, maybe. I mean, maybe if I got like drunk, or I was already drunk, and I got mad. It's like, dude, fuck these terrorists. Yeah, fuck these terrorists. And I just start railing one out, like grabbing him on the back. I just grab him by his beard, just start going to
Dude,
town.
he wouldn't be able to make the heaven. That would actually be a
Yeah.
pretty sweet strategy.
That would be a sweet strategy. You might as well help me. Oh my god. You deflowered me. And it's like, well, since you can't go to heaven anyways, you want to help me land this plane?
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, that would that would be one thing to do if
You gonna help me land this plane? And the guy's all sitting there
That's
thinking
next
about it. I'm
level
like,
thinking.
it's to molest the terrorists. Be like, no 72 virgins now, buddy.
it's like step 1, be drunk. Step 2, feel patriotic. Step 3, molest the fuck out of the terrorist so he knows damn well that he ain't getting to heaven.
No 72 virgins there.
Step 4, in case of possible in case of possible deployment to hell, continue to rape him for all eternity.
That's a solid plan you got there.
Yeah.
You just solved the riddle. We'll just drop things like that. If you
Dude, let
if you
all
try,
the marshals know on board.
yeah,
That's all they got to do. All the
dude.
air
Now
marshals.
I'm pretty. Every time there's been after that, every time there's been an attempt in hijacking, it got stopped real quick.
It
Like
has.
shortly after that, some motherfucker tried to light his shoe, and some dude fucking took him down.
Nice.
Yeah, they don't tolerate shit anymore. You can't even get up on a
Can't-
plane with anything suspicious looking in your hand without getting tackled.
Yeah.
Hey, I read this.
It's not. It's not fun
I don't know
anymore,
if it's
dude.
true.
No, I'm just kidding.
I read this thing. I'm not sure if it's true or whatever, but somebody posted online about them reading playing their Switch. This isn't terrorist related. Playing their Switch, and a lady's kid was screaming because he wanted to play it, and she asked the person if he could play for a while, and said no, it's one of my personal belongings, I'm not doing it, and it turned into a big thing or whatever because the lady was freaking out, and it's like, you should just let him play whatever. Who does something like that? And it's like, bitch, you didn't bring your own.
Oh, in public? Like
Yeah,
a random person?
On the plane.
Oh,
Yeah, some
like-
random person's kid said they wanted to play it, and the lady was saying, he was just a kid, let him play it. And it's like me, I probably would have let him play it
I wouldn't have.
or whatever, but also like, dude, that's up to the owner of the thing. And then she tried to throw
I
a
would've
big
been
ass
like-
fit about it.
I would have been like, if there's a lawyer on board and you sign a contract that says that if it gets broken, you reimburse me, yeah.
Yeah, the kid was freaking out, and she told the person, it's like, you see what you did? And it's like, no, you have a spoiled ass fucking child, dude.
So the next one I got is the Pentagon, from Flight 77. They say that, that plane did not crash into the Pentagon. They say that the Pentagon was hit by a missile that was launched within our government, and they ask how a Boeing 757, it's a 125 foot wide, 155 foot long plane, fit into a hole that's only 60 feet across, and then
Better ask your wife.
Oh, shit.
because they spit on it first. But anyway, so the Pentagon hits the plane hits the Pentagon, and
Why'd you laugh at that, Casey?
because I said the Pentagon hits the plane.
Yeah, but you said the plane hit the Pentagon.
Conspiracy.
It's 'cause-
the Pentagon
it's 'cause
has
it's
a
the
Two
first-
things you fucked up on. Casey said before he liked that people died or something.
No, that's
I'm
not what I
just kidding.
said.
I can't remember what you said. I'm just playing.
You
I know,
said
it's
you
out of
don't like the
context.
people that died, and then I was because I was saying something, and you said that, and I was like, yeah, no. And then I was like, well, not that, but yeah.
No, you were
Um,
talking and you said something and said like, but what you meant to say,
So
well,
that thing
like
where
something people died, but just because you used the word like, I said, oh, you liked that they died. I was fucking around. I cut what you were saying.
that thing, are they confusing two different fact points? Are they saying that a Boeing is 140 something feet wide, or 140 something?
125 feet wide. That's like,
Is it 125 feet
with
wide, or
wingspan.
125 feet in circumference? Circumference
wide, like wingspan.
with the wingspan?
Yeah.
Oh, well, the wingspan doesn't fucking matter.
Well,
if it
does,
goes in
'cause
fucking
if it
sideways,
crashed-
if it goes in like this, it doesn't. The wings aren't. What if it?
How? Yeah, but there would be damage from the wings. It's not just
If-
you can't just
If it goes in
fly
like
an
that?
airplane to a building and the wings just disappear and not cause any damage.
This guy.
If the plane turns sideways when it hit,
Yeah, but the hole's only 60 feet. So even if the plane turns
60
sideways,
feet wide. But like, what is the diameter of the fuselage? Is it 60
I
feet
don't-
wide?
I don't have the stats on a Boeing 747 or 757 pulled up.
Because
I-
if they were saying like it's 125 feet, and they're talking circumference, then like a Boeing circumference is like 180 feet or something like that. Or it's with the diameter 6.
I don't know. But what I do know, Mike, is that you're a beautiful man.
Oh shucks.
That's true. Facts.
Now, I guess so with the theory, the theorists say that the missile hitting the Pentagon was they wanted to destroy some files.
Pussy.
Yeah. Destroy
Well,
that.
I mean, that's what the terrorists wanted. They wanted to destroy some pussy, and they were told they could destroy a mass amount of pussy if they just blew up a couple of things.
That's facts.
and that they wouldn't have to feel the awkwardness of seeing them in the afterlife because we're all infidels, and that they wouldn't be in heaven while they're banging out the virgins. They wouldn't have to get the sad puppy eyes of all their victims.
Dude, no, but like I don't know. As far as this one goes, I don't believe in this one all that much.
Yeah, I don't either.
And the missile hitting the Pentagon.
Yeah, not too much. I don't believe this one all that much.
Well, there's like if you look at the picture though, there's like no damage from.
I've
like,
seen the
where it
picture.
was. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know, but I always use just like because I've heard that argument. I've heard this one before. It's like, well, in my opinion, if a plane's going in, it's probably not gonna dive with its wings straight. It's probably gonna dive somewhat sideways because it's gonna bank in my opinion.
It's
You
gonna
know,
go in pretty dry too.
Yeah, it's not gonna be lubed up.
Well, what about the towers that it hit? A lot of people say that there's bombs put on the inside and then it
Yeah.
blew up
So
on collision.
yeah. So
'Cause
like the way
that's a
that
big
the
one.
towers collapsed, because the way that the beams were, like after the towers both fell, the beams were cut at like I don't know, like a 45 or something, whatever they used. But they used that same cut to implode buildings when they set the fuses and they blow them in, and then that's why it collapses. Like so, they collapse them on each other, so it doesn't cause all the damage. But what they say that just all happened naturally. And then there was like what Matthew was saying. There was like reports of like explosions that were happening. Like people said they heard explosions before the planes actually hit.
Is that
Oh, no.
clicking to me?
the fact I don't necessarily believe that one either. Like that they demolished it. People, I've heard that the argument is that jet fuel doesn't
Mike's
melt
cord.
this, but
I was looking at some important.
yeah,
research.
that whole argument the jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. Don't believe that one. I don't believe that it melts them. No, but it can definitely make the weight of a fucking building crumple them under extreme heat.
I don't think so.
I mean, you can forge stuff at somewhat low temperatures, even steel, like not extremely low temperatures with steel, but you can bend metal and steel, with, there was enough heat there, in my opinion, and enough weight from the rest of the building above it to make it fall.
Yeah, this guy says that. I just lost where I was reading. Sorry. Oh, this guy says that the plane's gonna. It would have been impossible for the Boeings to get through the steel frame in the first place. They would not have had enough oomph to break into the building.
I don't know about that. There's a lot of mass there. Like, as you saw, it didn't like cut the building in half. It's not going to. It did stop the plane, but it is just. It's not like solid steel. It's just like a cage. Shoot an apple out of a chain link fence or like a fucking a goddamn chicken wire fence fast enough, and it'll go right through. With enough force, you'll push that fucker through, and I believe that's what happened.
Yeah, I'm reading a thing that it's like you don't have to melt steel beams. Steel has a tendency to become malleable, easy to forge in high temperatures.
Yeah.
So
My
it's
dad
like
came.
Yeah,
so
but what
if the
temperature?
steel's that it's a lot of things about the 9/11 thing. I don't know. Heat the workpiece before they forge. This is somebody's comment on something. You don't hammer cold workpieces. Whatever, like somebody's saying that if you heat something up enough, you don't need to melt it. You can they're basically arguing that it's like it could crash into the fucking tower and bend the beams from the heat that cause it to fucking crash or collapse.
The
or
weight,
whatever
the
fuck.
amount of weight on top, the fucking.
Yeah, it's gonna bend the beams enough for it to fall down.
Yeah, not to mention in the wind, that high up, how windy it would be. With hole on each side of the tower and fire in the middle, you have a furnace.
Okay, so somebody else is saying jet fuel burns at between 800 to 1500 Fahrenheit degrees Fahrenheit, depending on conditions. That's not hot enough to melt most steel, but that is hot enough to soften steel, and it's certainly hot enough to expand steel far beyond the tolerances built into any building. This
Yeah,
is
so it
somebody's
popped the
comments
rivets
on
too.
Quora, C. Stuart Hardwick.
Yeah.
Award-winning sci-fi author, analog, regular. I don't know anything about Quora. I just rather quote somebody because I was word for word of what they were saying. 20% of the jet fuel was gone in the first few seconds. 40% remained trapped in the building, where it continued to burn for a long time.
Yeah.
And then it
Before
cuts
they
off
went
the-
down, my dad was like, "Those are gonna fall," and my mom's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, those are coming down."
Yeah, because if you get metal hot enough, yeah, you can bend it. Like you were saying about the blacksmith thing, you can bend it at will. And if something heavy's on top, it's naturally going to slowly droop down.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't necessarily have to melt completely. It just has to
Yeah.
bend
And
enough for it to come crashing down.
And if you notice, the one that got hit lower, the one that got hit second afterwards, the one that wasn't burning as long, just got hit lower, fell first because the amount of weight up top.
Classic case of gravity.
That son of a bitch.
Dude, I want to watch this.
Yeah,
video
but if it was
so
enough
bad.
to
It's like,
soften it,
God,
I still don't
frick.
think that it would still have enough force to do that because the building was built with. So if it was to get, like the designer said, if the plane was ever to crash in this, and these towers won't fall. So I'm sure he designed it a certain way.
Yeah, and they also
so-
said that
I guess he ate
Titanic.
his
not
words,
even-
huh?
Yeah, and like also they said that not even God can sink the Titanic. You know, I mean, granted,
God-
whether or not
God
it was
couldn't.
Titanic or not, I'm just
God-
saying they're saying that not even divine power can sink a structure of whatever. Matthew, are you still there?
I think he
It's-
went to the
it-
bathroom, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
He
Your
sounds like
video's
he's
loading.
eating.
But
Yeah,
I'm
eating
saying
that
people
cock ring
say
sandwich.
shit. People say shit all the time. Yeah, this bad boy, whatever. That tends to be how lawsuits are formed because it's like, yeah, you lied about this. It's like you can't go word to mouth with shit just because somebody told you, hey, this is enough to whatever. My Raycon headphones, it's rare that that my left one would go out after 3 years, but it did. That is a long expectancy for headphones, but.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's rare that when your headphones would just stop working. Well, no, it's not.
Yeah. You guys want to take a quick break and then get back into it?
Welcome back, Beings of Earth. We just like to thank you again for staying tuned to our podcast, The Conspiracy Outpost. We also have our other podcast going, Conspiracy Outpost presents The Fall of Medenvard. It's our own little role-playing adventure. I apologize again, as I do every week when I bring it up, that there's some inconsistencies in the first episode due to my lack of better judgment. And I'm talking about the good old ale. And I misread the story. But anyways, after that, we get a lot better. It gradually gets better as every week goes. When we progress, that probably didn't make any sense. But anyways, yeah, give it a listen.
So 9/11 was a real thing, right?
What?
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah,
Talk
back
about
to
it.
Well, so I mean, so some terrorists got on the plane. They had a high charisma, so their D20 rolls were pretty swell.
So they
My
started terrorizing.
so, so Casey,
What would you like to do first? I would like to terrorize these people.
Oh, Akbar!
Well, you're gonna have to roll
We're
for
at
initiative.
9/11 this plane.
God
You
damn.
guys, I hate this because in
That
fact,
really did happen to Rick and Morty.
When
That's
we
just
do,
funny.
yeah, that did happen in Rick and Morty, which makes this actually a lot easier to do. And when we get back into Fall of Menvard, I say we 9/11 the town that we're currently trying to help.
Oh shit! Hold up. We can't talk about this. This is
Yeah,
releasing
yeah,
before
yeah,
that.
yeah.
We gotta
So
cut that.
let's
We gotta cut it out.
So let me
We-
just say that in this town that we're in currently in Medivard, one of our characters
Medivard.
may or may not know a little thing about chemical compounds, so we may or may not be able to blow it up. Just kidding.
Okay. Well, You got any more?
That's very vague.
Let's hear some more.
very vague, and that's
Yeah.
actually inaccurate because we can cut this part right now.
What's the next conspiracy, big boy? I mean, there's the one that people think that, like, Pakistan and stuff, the Pakistan government was involved in it, and Mossad.
Well, it could have been because they could have, if they had a deal with the United States, like, oh, let us attack. You guys
Yeah,
give us weapons.
there's-
We create a fake war, and you will trade you.
Yeah,
We'll pay you in oil.
I'll read this. There are allegations that individuals within the Pakistani Inter-Service Intelligence, the ISI, may have played an important role in financing the attacks. There are also claims that other foreign intelligence agencies, such as the Israeli Mossad, had foreknowledge of the attacks, and that Saudi Arabia may have played a role in financing the attacks. General Hamad Gul, a former head of ISI, believes that the attacks were an inside job originated in the United States, perpetrated by Israel or neoconservatives. Francesco Cossiga, former president of Italy from 1985 until 1992, until his 1992 resignation over Operation Gladio, said that it is common knowledge among the Italian center-left that 9/11 attacks were a joint operation of the CIA and Mossad. Subsequent reports indicate that he did not actually believe this.
Damn. You guys,
Oh,
I only
no.
have one thing to say
Mossad.
about. I only have one thing to say about 9/11.
I'm hang gliding, honey. Take a good picture. I'm dead.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Oh no, the
Plane
fact that
crashes.
wasn't fucking Osama bin Laden found in Pakistan?
Oh, hole. Wait, where's that Saddam? It's almost
Where
found in
was
a
he
hole.
found?
No, he was found packed in a hole.
That's Saddam Hussein.
He packed it. Damn.
Okay.
Saddam's the one that got hung, right?
I
He was
believe
hung like a
so.
horse.
No,
So, yeah,
serious, I'll
I
tell
can
you
believe
if you want.
Pakistan had something to do with it, since Osama bin Laden was hiding in Pakistan in a goddamn mansion. So that
That's a
thing
pretty
that
big ass hole
Pakistan
to
might have
dig.
known about it and like helped fund it, yeah. What do you
Yeah.
guys think?
Well, if that's if they
I
funded that,
think we
Yeah.
couldn't find Osama bin Laden for how long, and then he's been chilling in Pakistan in a goddamn mansion,
yeah,
and then we have to go in there all like sneaky because we're not supposed to be in
Yeah.
Pakistan and fucking
SEAL
kill
Team
him and
6.
take him out.
hmm
Like,
All of a sudden,
bam.
bam.
That's-
they just
yeah.
oh, there he is.
It's like, I wonder. I don't know. Like, y'all want to talk about that one a little bit? Casey's being real quiet. He's too stoned. Casey.
Well, I was gonna say something, but Matthew fucked me up. Lost my train of
Okay,
thought.
my bad, dude. My bad. I was just making a joke.
Well then, Matthew, what do you think?
I think it's
Dive
crazy.
deep, brother.
Pakistan's- Ooh, I'll dive deep like a seal. Team 6. Yeah, if they were funding that, then yeah, of course they probably had some hand in the operation. I don't really know.
I mean, no. It said it. That is the conspiracy, is that they helped fund it.
To help fund it.
Yeah, and I'm saying I think they probably did help fund it, since that's where Osama bin Laden was hiding.
Yeah, if he was just chilling there, then yeah, maybe they did. Because it's like that's like a witness protection thing. It's like why would you house this person that's wanted by the U.S. government? Like, you know how dangerous he is unless he holds some kind of leverage against your country, and you're afraid of him unless you fear him that bad. But if you did fear him that bad, they know
Right.
how strong America is. They know how powerful America is. Why not just fucking tell America, like, hey, what
Yeah.
would they fear?
It
What's
might not have
worse?
been fear. They might have liked the guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we
the
don't
thing.
know.
That would be you have one hand of you have it'd either be fear or they just like him, which fear would be irrational, obviously, given that America's the bigger fish. Just saying, it's
Wouldn't fish.
I mean, SEAL Team 6 that happened, and it's like they had to been aware there was any day now.
Yeah.
So
Heard some SEAL team members got in trouble for like taking pictures with the body, like
Really?
with it. Yeah.
well, that wouldn't be like a
Wouldn't
smart
you?
thing to do. No, not because retaliation. That's the only dumb thing.
Yeah.
It's
Like, what if you had your mask on and shit? A mask and like you had your stuff
Oh, that's fair.
covered. I don't think they wear name
That's a
stuff in
selfie.
SEALs. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I
Like
don't
you're
know,
just sitting there like.
yeah. Selfie. Be like, that was me. I don't know. I wouldn't care. Like I would take it seriously. I don't know why they wouldn't.
Sorry, guys. See,
They got him. They finally
Yeah.
got him. They're like, fuck
got
yeah,
him.
fuck you, bitch.
I
You
do
know,
18 packs of Bud Lights that may or may not be expired, but from
does
from
beer?
Reddit-
I mean, there's not a lot of alcohol in those. They might
have-
expire.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
with
Those
expiration
bitches
dates
freeze.
on beers. They're still drink. From what I
They're
read, it's
Best
like
Buy,
you can't
right?
get food. You can't get like poisoning from it because it's like
No,
how beer's made, but it's gonna taste flat and nasty.
it's vinegar.
But from so you can basically drink expired beer, but so from redneck fucking logic, they said it's like expired beer is stronger. And it's like we might take that into
I have no
account.
idea.
Okay, so I want to hear from you, Joe, on this conspiracy that
I forgot
Pakistan
to
helped
impact
fund
these. Yes.
Osama bin Laden and the people who attacked us on 9/11. They helped fund it. That's the conspiracy. And I'm saying that I believe it because Osama bin Laden was found in Pakistan.
In the wise words of Ryu, the rapper, he said, "Fuck it, you gotta love it. The government funded ISIS." I don't know if that's what
Well,
we're talking about right now.
I mean,
No, we're talking about Al Qaeda.
I know, but you just brought that up, and I remembered that line. It's actually a really good song. It's
Well,
called.
we're saying that Pakistan probably funded 9/11.
Oh, yeah, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Definitely, if he was hiding
I'm just
out
bringing
there.
up stuff that involved Middle East stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not very savvy in a lot of this shit. I know the 9/11 stuff. I know the tragedy. I know it was in the thousands. I know where they bombed. I know where the planes crashed, but I don't know too much about anything else. Like if you bring up something, it sounds like something somebody would do.
Yeah.
It's not like far fetched.
Well, we were searching for Osama bin Laden for 7 years, 8 years, before we found him in Pakistan, and we weren't
that was
supposed to be
Arrested
in
Development.
Pakistan.
I'm just
So-
kidding. They based that thing off of that. That's
I
another
know.
9/11 joke, by the way.
I love
in
that
Arrested
show.
Development,
Yeah.
they found the dad in a hole, whatever, and it was the same shit.
Yeah.
Actually,
But
it
we
might have
were
been the
s-
same hole or something. I
Yeah,
can't
we
remember.
weren't supposed to be in Pakistan, but we went in there and killed the motherfucker regardless.
Yeah, we do shit all the time that we're not supposed
But
to
the
do.
fact that he was there just living in a mansion, it's like, so he was just chilling. These entire years we were looking for him, but we weren't allowed to go. We weren't allowed to look in this country.
We had the wrong zip code.
Yeah.
Their GPS kept taking them to the.
Again, America
the
likes to
wrong
look at the
zip code.
Middle East as an entire Middle East. I'm just kidding. This is redneck fucking whatever. It's like, well, it's all the same, isn't it? And it's like, well, no, it's different countries. No, it's all the same. It's all Middle East. It's all the same. We got our God
In the
given
Middle
right to go
East.
down there and fucking
Tell them
search.
that. Tell the
They're-
Middle East that.
There are Middle East.
Dude,
but
I've
if you
heard
lived
people
in,
say shit
but if
about
you
like
lived in
other
China,
countries,
that'd be
like
Middle West.
This is one that I believe. What about you?
I was just saying that your Pakistan one. I said that it's probably if they found him in Pakistan, just all of
Yeah.
a sudden he was definitely getting some help because there's no way that someone that high profile is just gonna just go, oh, I have a mansion out here.
I don't know. I can't find any more conspiracies. I think we covered them. Unless
Man,
you
what
can
were you
find
saying
more,
about-
man.
What were you?
it's
what
called
were you
hiding
saying
in
about,
plain
like-
sight, and Americans think all Middle Eastern people look alike, so it was easy for him to fucking.
Well,
I don't know
What were you
about
saying
that.
earlier
Dude,
about
this
the-
guy was like hella tall
I was joking,
and he
but
stood out.
I was joking. I was just going off of redneck logic.
Yeah.
And I say that in a derogatory term. I've met redneck people that actually aren't like racist, like hillbilly people. So that is kind of fucked up. Unless redneck generally means that. But I've met people that fit the redneck description that aren't actually racist pieces of shit.
I think we covered this one, at least the best to our ability. I couldn't find any more.
Yeah,
Casey
sorry,
couldn't. Casey couldn't find any more. Casey's
It's
pretty stoned.
So I went over to, well, before I got here, that's why I was late too. Well, and because the kids were figuring out their shit. So I haven't smoked out of a bong in I don't even know how long. And I took a big ass fucking 2 big ass bong rips and I got fucked up, man.
But anyways, I think we got this covered pretty good. What y'all think?
Oh
think so.
yeah,
I think it was okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
There
So
wasn't much for it. Something that would be
I
more
mean-
epically, but maybe that's because it's been done. It's
I'll,
been-
yeah, I mean, I was
Well-
looking for conspiracies to talk about, and like, they're all pretty.
It's because we didn't dig
Simple.
deep enough. I got too lit. I slacked.
Well, a lot of them are pretty
We'll do
simple.
another one next year.
Like,
Same time,
You're-
same date.
Very
Yeah.
lit.
oh no,
So,
this was kind of one that just got thrown together real quick, even though it was scheduled. You know,
Everybody had a bunch of stuff going on this week.
It's been a very
I mean,
chaotic month, and we're only not even halfway through it yet.
yeah. I mean, I wasn't busy. I was just almost dead.
yeah, that's how it's been very chaotic.
it had been a giant.
Mike was almost dead. I was in the middle of moving, so I had to get a whole new setup going.
Yeah.
Joseph, he started a new job sucking dick, $50 a blow job. Hit him
Yeah.
up. And Matthew went to the store to go buy a shirt, but he ended up buying one in the children's section. And
Yeah, by the way, Matthew,
rocking
Casey
it.
brings it up because him and Anthony were having this big conversation about how much money we can make as brothers given head. So
No,
this was a
I
thing
said-
last night.
It's a pretty
I
solid
said-
business if you think about
you
it.
know,
I said if you
Anthony
suck
said
at
we
it,
shouldn't that I shouldn't sell myself short. They were talking about us giving head to people as a
But
brother do it. As a
you know
sibling.
what?
As long as they don't sell us short.
Yeah, but you know what?
Yeah.
If you feel like we should tackle something more in depth, just leave a comment about it, and we can probably do another episode
Right
or
now,
an extra on it
Right
that we'll
now.
tag in sometime. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. I'm Mike.
I'm Joe.
I'm Matt.
I'm Casey.